So, Salah, I guys talk about this thing. And initially, I don't want to talk about it, but guys talk about what is Salah do not make sense. If you're a Nigerian, you might say it makes sense because probably because it's an African person. What Salah did, he said it out of emotion because he has actually caused a stir in the footballing world. People are not even talking about the fact that Arsenal lost to Aston Villa. People are not even talking about the reason why they were even talking about the draw against Leeds is because it has to do with the fact that it was after the draw. They're not talking about that. All we are talking about is Salah. Now, Carragher is a person that I don't like sometimes what he says, but when you sit down and think about what he says, it might not be wrong. Most times, we are usually blinded by emotions than rational reasoning. That is why when we listen to some of these podcasters or we listen to some of these analysts, I will say, what is this guy talking about? But at the end, he's saying the right thing. Now, Salah made a statement after 3-3 draw against Leeds. It's not against Arsenal, against Leeds United, the team you're supposed to be. And you made everything, that statement about me, 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 me. Forgetting the most important thing. We have 11 players on the football pitch, and we have substitutes, and we have reserve. Do you know why we have that? Because football is about we, we. Not about me, me, me. Now, when you have a player that is a big player in your club, there's there's that high tendency that you might be doing something is wrong, and you might just overlook it because yeah, he's a legend in the club. But all my other players might do the same thing, and you might not overlook it. Now, if you understand Liverpool, you understand that he has done the same thing on that club, but he didn't come out to say anything in terms of he doesn't like being substitute. The same thing on that slot. But it's not obvious now because he made a statement. Now that statement has caused three things in my own head right now. And the three issues that we have is that it has divided fans. Right now, you might be on the other side of Salah and say, what Salah said makes sense, Joe. Get out. That's what I'm saying. He has divided Liverpool fan base. He has divided even people that are Salah's fan base also. Because Liverpool fan base, you might not be Liverpool supporter, but you might be Salah supporter. Right now, he has divided his own supporters. He has now divided the players playing for Liverpool. And that is what Liverpool doesn't need. That's not what they need at the moment. They need to guard. They need players and fan base to be together at this time, and he has caused that. Because right now there will be players in Liverpool that will support what he say, and there will be some players that will say, "No, I'm not for you." Especially players that is talking about the fact that he's saying that they've thrown him under the bus, and it means they are playing other players in place of you. Now, those players will want to turn up. They will want to prove to the world that, yo, we support this coach. And they will have another group that will like, no, let us wait and sack this guy. And you know the crazy thing? The second reason why this thing is mad. If this guy has waited after the AFCON, there's high chance that Slot would have been gone, would have been sacked. But do you know what he just did? He hoped what he just said will put Slot under pressure. But what he just did was making sure Slot adds more time. Right now, they don't go sack Slot. Guy, see, forget what you think, they don't go slack. At the moment, the only way they fit sack Slot now, when if you lose the next 3 games, they don't go sack Slots. Because sacking Slot, it means you actually support Salah and he support that kind of a behavior. If they were considering it before, they no go sack am. That's not the issue. It just needed to wait few more weeks, and that is it. But he just had to talk. Ego and emotion goes together, and he just had to talk. He bought more time for the coach. Now it's even possible that he might be leaving the club before the coach if he's not careful. Because if he goes to AFCON and the team is playing well before he comes back, trust me, a lot of people will be like, let him go. That's it. And now the number three issue I'm having now, right now, based on what he have done, he has imparted his own legacy. Let me tell you when you will know that fan base love you and respect you is when you are playing badly. They don't say they should sell you. They will say they should drop you. I don't think anybody has come outside to say they should sell Salah. What they all said is drop Salah. Because there's no way you can forget the fact that this guy has been doing miraculous things for you and has been your best player, the Premier League best player for how many years? There's nobody you can compare to Salah. Let's forget it. In the Premier League. Then we used to compare him with Hazard. But right now, you can't compare with Hazard. That's what he has done. But for one reason, he just felt he will just say what is in his mind and we have it. No, guy, right now he's in trouble. Because right now, if he leaves Liverpool the way things are right now, he will lose a lot of fan base. First of all, his followers will drop. Liverpool fan base, the ones that doesn't like what he did, will drop. And their teams and what they call it, there are players that have done the same and they are nowhere today. Why would you do that? Honestly, right now I've been hearing Liverpool fans be saying they should probably drop the guy. And do you know why they can say that? You made that happen. They were not talking about dropping you initially, but right now you've made them to be able to say they should drop you. That's why. I just even don't understand why. Slot is going to be in Liverpool for next year. Right now, instead of them fighting Slot, they'll be fighting Salah. That is it. I don't know how you think about it, what you think about it, but if you look at it from a non-biased way, if you imagine that it's not an African player, it's probably an European player, give me your own view about it. There is somebody you just support, but it's not an African player. Give me your view, because there is no reasonable person that will say this is right. There's no reasonable that will tell. The excuse people usually give is is a legend in the club, but what he said was wrong. The moment you say what he said was wrong, it means it is wrong. There's no but after that. There's no but after that. What he said is wrong. What he said is wrong. We should just forget about the but. Ronaldo, that some of people are talking about, that he did the same. He didn't do the same thing with Ronaldo. First of all, Ronaldo didn't do it immediately after a draw. And Ronaldo was actually still playing well. In fact, Ronaldo was playing well, and people knew that the problem of Man U at that time has to do with the ownership. So it was not even the coach; it was more of the ownership. And Ronaldo knew he was leaving. So except maybe he knows he's leaving, that's why he made it. Then fair to him. But if that's not the reason why he did that, if it's not because of you want to leave Liverpool, that's why you decide to throw your team under the bus, then it's a wrong move. All right. See you in the next video. You can tell me what you think about it, but I actually felt the guy messed up.